I'm Austin Wallens. Welcome to the Wildcat Report. As you juniors know, testing is being held Monday mornings. This schedule is going to continue for a couple more weeks, so the library is going to be closed, so you must remain in the comments in the morning.
And a lot of you business students are going to agree in March's Teacher of the Month. She hangs out in the Green Mile and spends a lot of time in the Scratching Post. Can you guess who it is?
Hello, this is Haley Franklin with the Wildcat Report. In room 315, the quote, "You are responsible for your own actions," hangs above the door. This door leads into our new Teacher of the Week, Mrs. Ellis.
I'm Janine Ellis. I'm a business teacher here at Millard West. I've been here 9 years, and right now I'm teaching accounting and computer tech, but I teach Marketing 1. I've had personal finance, advanced computer tech, business communications. I've taught a lot of different classes.
Miss Ellis is very helpful. I had her for personal finance, and I actually learned how to do my taxes, and a lot of kids say that they don't know how to do that, but I'm able to do that now.
My favorite part about Miss Ellis is she's very experienced, so she would use a lot of her real life experiences and job experiences to teach us, and so it helped us learn a lot.
I'd probably recommend her because she knows a lot about what she's teaching, and she's very knowledgeable.
Well, the classes that I teach in business are all electives, so the kids choose to be in those classes for the most part. What I'd like for them to do is just to explore something different. We take math, we take science, and I think all those classes are great. But to get into an area like business, you kind of have to step out of that norm and maybe check it out. And there's a lot of things there are a lot of different directions that you can go that you could get from a business class.
Mrs. Ellis is involved as a sponsor for the Key Club and DECA and is known for her positive attitude when tackling challenges.
I am involved with DECA and have been involved for 9 years, the 9 years that I've been here, and partly because I'm teaching marketing. DECA is a part of the marketing classes, so whether it's Marketing 1, Fashion Marketing, Marketing Internship, Marketing 2, anybody's involved with DECA with those classes.
I know Miss Ellis because I was the secretary of Key Club and she was the adult leader of it. Miss Ellis is really nice, and she I don't know, she just was really committed to always getting the stuff done, and she never let anybody down, and she worked really hard, but she was just really nice and understanding, and she was really easy to work with.
My most favorite experience is when I went to DECA with her, the junior invite, because we had a blast.
Without Miss Ellis, life definitely would have been a lot more difficult because she always had the ability to give the guiding wisdom whenever stuff we were talking about through our ideas came to a stopping point, because we couldn't really get anywhere, we weren't sure what to do. She put us in the right direction.
For the 9 years Ms. Ellis has been at Millard West, she has enjoyed every one of her students as much as they have enjoyed her.
For the most part, I'd have to say the students that I have are very well behaved. They're respectful. They have great manners in my classes, and they want to learn. They want to see what's next.
Miss Ellis is a really nice teacher. She's really understanding of when you're doing things. She also gives you a lot of work time to complete all your work so that you're never falling behind.
I think Miss Ellis is awesome because I've had her as a teacher, and she's my QT teacher. She's always willing to help, and when I was little she was a lot of fun to be around because she'd help out at our elementary school with the parties and stuff.
Not only is Miss Ellis a good teacher, but she's very personable and easy to approach, so if we ever have a question we can go in there and ask her about it.
Mrs. Ellis is known to be a soft-spoken and intelligent woman. Not only can students go to her for marketing advice, she also gives good advice about life too.
I don't know that I'm unique from anybody that teaches here at West. I mean, we work real hard to try to make sure that everybody gets the material. We address diversity, we address reading problems, we address different aspects of learning styles. I don't know that I'm any different. I think I like to use a lot of projects so that we can really get involved in things, if it's to create a commercial or if it's to put together a sales promotion. That's what we want to see.
Sometimes, in between the hectic schedules and overload of homework, students begin to feel overwhelmed. However, Mrs. Ellis has an approachable attitude and knows how to calm her students down.
If you're feeling down, she'll always cheer you right up or make you feel better.
Besides being a good teacher, she's a very personable person and like someone easy to talk to. So whenever you have a question about marketing or anything outside of class, it's easy to go to her and talk to her about it and ask her.
Some classes, students may not have very significant memories, but with Mrs. Ellis, her students seem to have very fond memories of her and in her classroom.
If you don't know Mrs. Ellis, then that's a shame because she's just a great person, and I think even after I graduate, I will still come back and see her all the time and still be friends with her because she just makes me feel good about myself, and she's helped me so much, and you can count on her for recommendations too for college.
Mrs. Ellis never hesitates to share her wise words of wisdom with her students as well as coworkers.
And I think attendance certainly goes on your transcript. That's certainly important to try to get here on time. I think my best advice would be don't be in a hurry to make a decision about what you want to major in. You know, you have plenty of time to start to figure that out. You don't have to be declared as a freshman going in college. You really don't have to declare till you're a junior in college, and so it gives you plenty of time to maybe take some classes, see what other kids are doing, see what other things are happening out there. A lot of the jobs that you guys will have haven't even been created yet, so give yourself some time.
Great job, Mrs. Ellis.
Congratulations on the 9 years of teaching and the many more to come.
This has been Brina Davis
And Haley Franklin with Wildcat Report.
Any athlete who has participated in 11 or 12 sports seasons here at Millard West, you need to contact Mr. Loof or Mrs. Ferguson to be included in the Iron Cat Award.
And this needs to be done by Friday, May 3rd. And in other sports news, the NCAA basketball tournament March Madness began on March 19th and has commanded a lot of attention. Millions of Americans filled out brackets that are now in the trash. Let's recap on the path to the Final Four this season.
The hometown Creighton Blue Jays started off the tourney against the Cincinnati Bearcats. Doug McDermott had a great game with 27 points and multiple dunks. They advanced to play the Duke Blue Devils, which promised to be a much tougher matchup. Creighton held on the first half, going to the locker room down after a buzzer beater. The second half saw the Blue Jays fall and Duke come away with an impressive lead. Louisville rolled over North Carolina A&T and Colorado State in the second and third round. They beat Oregon and then went on to take out Duke 85-63, even after a gruesome injury to Kevin Ware in the first half. Point guard Peyton Siva and shooting guard Russ Smith are big components to the team on their way to the Final Four. 3-seed Marquette began against Davidson and finished hard with a 59-58 win in the last 3 seconds, followed by another close call with Butler ending 74-72. Sweet 16 play began against Miami Hurricanes, a favorite in the tournament. Surprisingly, Marquette and their star player, Vander Blue, played with confidence, leading by 21 points in the second half. They came out victorious with a 71-61 score. Indiana was a heavily favored team in the tournament, but their run ended against Syracuse, who then went on to easily beat Marquette 55-39. Gonzaga turned out to be one of the biggest surprises so far, in a bad way. Walking in with a #1 overall spot, the Bulldogs were knocked out third round by the Wichita State Shockers. After an impressive close, including a three-pointer by Van Vliet, Wichita State went on to beat LaSalle and held their ground against Ohio State in a close call. They won their Elite 8 game 70-66.
Yeah, nobody gave it to us. And the referee's not going to give it to us, ain't nobody going to give it to us now, so we got to go out there and take it.
Florida Gulf Coast caught a cocky team off guard with their first half play. The second half ended quickly after a dunk by Feeler in the Eagles' favor. Florida Gulf Coast rode on the wave of excitement from then on, proving it wasn't just luck. They beat out San Diego State to be the first 15 seed in history to make it to the Sweet 16. Going on to play the Florida Gators, a regional rivalry was created. After an impressive 16-2 run in the first 10 minutes of the game, Gulf Coast fell apart and gave their glass slipper away and lost 62-50. Kansas and the Rock Chalk fans pulled it out second half against North Carolina to win by 12. The game against Michigan in the Sweet 16 seemed to be going their way until the end of the second half, when the Wolverines made a comeback to an 87-85, effectively sending Kansas packing. Michigan's Trey Burke, one of the best point guards in the nation and up for Play of the Year, has been a big reason for Michigan's success. Another teammate, Hardaway Jr., and his jump shot have helped bring the Wolverines to the Final Four. The Final Four teams are Louisville, Michigan, Syracuse, and Wichita State. The Final Four games began on Saturday, April 6th, with Louisville versus Wichita State, followed by Michigan versus Syracuse. Are you still in the bracket race? Tell us what you think on the Paw Print website, westwildcats.org/news.
Millard West is holding the Spring Craft Fair Saturday, April 6th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Tell all your parents that we need help setting up for post-prom Friday, April 12th, and it will continue Saturday, April 13th up until the event that night.
And on the topic of prom, it's getting a lot closer, and the royalty for junior and senior class has been announced. You probably all have seen the signs in the lunchroom, but right now, let's go see our junior nominees with Faith.
Hi, I'm Faith Kane with the Wildcat Report. April 13th is a night of romance, fun, and entertainment. Prom is right around the corner, and our prom royalty has been nominated. The junior nominees have many different personalities. The junior prom royalty nominees include Anna Dubas, Sam Manthe, Morgan Coyle, Ross Drawl, Momo Zepka, Harrison Phillips, Alicia Liu, Matthew Roth, Sophie Sealer, and Kevin McCauley.
I'm going with Jake Swain. He asked me on my birthday, so that was cool. I'm going to prom with Nick Fabry.
I'm going to prom with Alicia Liu.
He baked me cookies and the chocolate chips spelled out prom. I still have the cookies.
I don't have a date currently.
I'm going to prom with Sydney Hirsch.
I'm going with Allie Thielen.
I'm going with Nikki Waldy. We're going to be all cute, strutting around.
I don't really have a date yet. Just kidding. I'm going with Kevin.
With their dates chosen, the royal nominees have some hidden secrets that you may not know about them.
My most embarrassing story was when I was 6. I was on the jumbo screen at a Husker game, and I blew chunks all over the place in front of 80,000 people.
Well, I've had a lot of embarrassing moments in high school. Like, I'm kind of an embarrassing person, and I do that on a daily basis.
I've never had an embarrassing moment in my life.
Freshman year, there was a tornado during the girls' soccer game. I actually might have been in 8th grade, and I was in the locker room changing when both teams came into the locker room because they couldn't be outside.
I have a couple hidden talents, but they're hidden, so I can't tell you.
I'm the least talented person you might ever meet. I can't do anything. I can't even touch my nose with like my tongue. I can't.
I can Bernie really well. And I can touch my tongue to my elbow.
That's a pretty mean disco move.
And I can sing pretty great.
Rolling in the deep, you had like da-na-na-na.
To get to know more about their personalities, we asked them if they were a leaf, would they fall first or last from a tree, and why?
I would fall last because I don't want to be crunched up.
I'd probably fall first, because that way it'd be warmer. So, you know, like you fall earlier in the fall.
Well, I'm definitely a trendsetter, so I definitely fall first. I don't know, it's just, I do things before it's cool. I don't know if they call me a hipster for that, or, you know, I just don't know.
Awaiting the votes, the candidates sum up their persona in one word.
If I could describe myself in one word, I'd say social.
Small.
Rambunctious.
Funny. A winner.
I'm happy.
I'm fantastic.
Weird. I'm just weird. Awkward.
Awesome.
The junior prom nominees are ready to take center stage on the night of big ball gowns and fancy tuxedos. Next week, our senior nominees. I'm Faith Kane, and this is the Wildcat Report.
That's all we have for you today, Wildcats. I'm Bailey Nate.
I'm Austin Wallens.
And this was the Wildcat Report.